Welcome to Critical Points. Today we got another exclusive interview right now with Frosty, owner of Team Eminent. What's up, buddy?
What's up? How you doing, man?
Doing well. So basically I have you on the show today to talk about COPS, things outside of COPS, your organization. Let's let the community know what's up. Where did it all begin?
Well, I've been gaming all my life. It's been a real passion of mine. I love gaming. I started off when basically it was like a go-to stress reliever. That's basically what my gaming is all about. I don't game personally. It's just a thing of mine that I don't like doing. I just like gaming for fun. I don't competitively game, but I like to stream. I love stream. I love entertaining people, and that's how Team Eminent really started. Team Eminent started off as a stream team out on Twitch when it first came out 3 or 4 years ago. We kind of were a little slow on the ball. We started a year after Twitch was released, or a year or two after Twitch was released, and so 3 years ago we started up Team Eminent, and basically we came up with Team Eminent because Eminent means royalty and famous, and we want, that's the goal of ours, was to become, big Twitch streamers. And so we got the lion. The lion was the main center point of Team Eminent was the lion, because a lion's a famous animal.
Yeah, it's a very symbolic symbol.
Yeah, it's a symbolic symbol, and basically we just started streaming. We were just doing the things that we love to do, was streaming. Then eventually, I've always been an esports fan, so I'm like, you know what, let's go out into esports, let's do something. And basically, right after I said that, we had a Rainbow Six Siege team from the United Kingdom come to us. They were playing underneath Royal Flush 7, and we also had a COD team at the time. It was just us playing, but we weren't really anything special. So we had a Royal Flush team coming to us from the UK, and they played Rainbow Six Siege. And Gunner was the captain, and Gunner was the guy that really kicked it all off. Last year is really when we kicked off. We had teams before that, but this is where it really started. Basically, we got a Rainbow Six team. We had a Call of Duty before that and all that, but the Rainbow Six team started up, and then after a while, we started branching out even more and more, and we just started acquiring sponsors and all that. So basically, right after that, we started picking up more teams, started branching out. My one center point was going into Overwatch and CS:GO. Mm-hmm. Those two were my favorite. Those were my favorite games. Oh, and Rainbow Six Siege, because I am a Rainbow Six Siege player myself. I played on PS4. Me and my team were top 25 one season, the whole season. We had to go up against mouse and keyboards. It was terrible. Oh. Bad experience on my end. But I still enjoyed playing with my team. I miss my team every single day. I still miss them. I miss having the fun and everything. But really, I started branching out into Overwatch and into CS:GO. Because those are probably my favorite games out of all time. Overwatch is because it's fun and it's a real triggering game. So like you get so mad that you still want to play it and you want to beat the challenge. And CS:GO is just a game I love because I just love the way CS:GO handles. So we started off on PS4, really in the Overguard for Overwatch. We moved into Overwatch, and we started off with the Overguard. We were talking with a PC team, but the PC team really didn't work out. We didn't want them. We got We got two console teams, really, for PS4 and Xbox One. Those two. PS4 was run by Z Wild Tiger. Probably one of the best people I've ever worked with was Z Wild Tiger, and the other one was run by another guy, and basically they fell apart. He left, and we had to restart that Xbox team. And then Junebug took over for Xbox, and he's a great guy. And unfortunately, we had to drop Junebug's team because they weren't performing to the level that we wanted them to. Like
we previously picked them up.
Yeah, we picked them up when they were a top 5 team, and the captain left, and they just basically plummeted. It was mostly a morale thing, to be honest. That did it. So we unfortunately dropped him because of that. Unfortunately, we have high standards. We want people to be great. And our Xbox team, we released because they wanted to released. So basically, after we released them, we got a new it probably was like a month or two after talking, and we picking up and dropping and all that. We were going through a tough time with the Overwatch side, and then we picked up a PC team, and then we got a really good PC team from the Overwatch University team. It's they're called Overwatch University. Basically, it's just like a bunch of players that get together and they start. It's a pickup team, basically a startup team, and they just compete. And we got this really amazing pickup team. Like, I've never seen a pickup team like this. And it was run by this guy named Sweaty. And Sweaty's probably one of my closest, probably one of the closest people I've ever got to work with because of this. And he was just a great kid. Loved doing what he did. He actually had a passion for gaming for us, and that's the thing that we try to get is people that game for us and have a passion. Like if you look at a few of our players, I'll just name off a few. Like our two of our Rocket League players, we still have since day one. Two of our Rainbow Six Siege players, Matt and Jella. Those two have been around since the beginning. They're actually two of the original players from the Rainbow Six UK team. Mm-hmm. So, we want people like that want to stick together and want, love the org and everything, love the name. Yeah. So basically we started growing out, and then we got this one team, Max, and this is where really it's the best part, CS:GO. And I picked up Max this past February. I believe it was February when we picked him up. It was either March or February. But that's where it really got excited because we picked up Max's team, and this team's probably been my favorite team. This team is by far, I don't know, I love this team to be honest. This team is by far one of my favorite teams I've worked with, other than my COD youth team, which I picked up again that same month. My COD youth team. Sorry, my COD youth team I picked up a couple 2 months later. Sorry, it was a different COD team, but. This CS:GO team is probably one of the best CS:GO teams, or at least one of the best teams I worked with, and they really are something special. Trill, aka Max, he's probably the sexiest man alive. Shout out to you, Max. Anyways, he is the captain of our CS:GO team.
He's a captain. It hard for you to be separate yourself as a fan too? Then. Because
consider myself as a fan of what them?
If you're
I'm a fan of I'm a fan of them as players. I'm not a fan of my own org though.
No, I'm not saying that, but
a fan of them. Yeah, I can consider. Yeah, you can consider me a fan of them. To be honest,
that has to be really cool.
Especially as I love how they play. I always like watching them. Max and me, to be honest, I've probably bonded with Max more than anyone I've ever, out of all my players, Max is probably the one I've bonded with the most on the CS:GO team. He's my captain. He's probably the best captain I've ever worked with. He's always making sure people are on time. He always sets the schedule around his players. He's always looking for better ways to improve, and he might not be the top fragger, he might not always carry, but he's always getting the job done as a captain. That's what I like to hear, from my players. Norse is another one. Norse is amazing. This kid, he's amazing. He's a jerk sometimes. He has that cocky vibe to him. He's funny. He's comical, right? He has that comedian personality to him. So sometimes it gets annoying, but to be honest, he's probably one of the funniest players we have because of that. And actually, this is the best part. Max and Norris know Echo Fox's player Freakazoid in real life. Max grew up with him, and Norris beat him at a LAN. And probably one of the best reactions I've ever seen from someone in my org is from Norris. Norris is probably one of the best reactions winning. He literally slams his head down and picks it back up, and his headset goes flying off. He jumps up. He's calling Freakazoid out for beating Freakazoid. It's probably one of the funniest things ever. Rooney was another one. Rooney's amazing. This kid's a god. I've never seen someone play like him, to be honest. I kind of look up to them as idols. I want to be like them in CS:GO. I'm trash at CS:GO. But Rooney's another great player. He's amazing. I love what he does and everything. And to be honest, these guys are all work together, and the way they work together is probably one of the best things I've ever seen from a team, is from them working. And then we had this one player, Magnus. He left, and actually I'll get back to this one. Keep this in mind, because we have a problem with him still to this day, actually, because of something. I have contracts for every single one of my players, and we'll get back to the story about him. But we replaced him with this one player, Kyle. His name is Moon. He's from Canada. Everyone else is from the U.S., but he's from Canada, and he's really cool. He's a cool guy. We just picked him up. To be honest, he's probably one of our best too. To be honest, there is no really there. This is how great the team is. There is no best player. I mean, one player might shine out of all of them, but they all do an amazing job each round, each match and everything. And there really isn't no best player.
That's
and
good.
then and then the last one is Joe, or JVN, who is by far an amazing guy. I love all of them. I mean, I don't talk to every single one of them personally. Day to day, I talk to Max and Eric, aka Norse, every day, and they're just amazing guys. I love every single one of them on this team, and I'm definitely planning on keeping this team for a very long time. Then we picked up our other COD team right after them, which is our COD youth team, and they're a youth team, so we can't send them to MLG Anaheim or any MLG events. We can only send them to like ETG, small amateur game lands, which is okay by me because they're all about to be.
Once they get to the proper age level, they'll already be ready to go.
The age level is 18, and unfortunately they're all 16 and 17, but that's okay because most of them are going to be, older soon. So, which is amazing.
They got a year and a half to develop as a team, so they can build on that.
And this team is probably far one of the best amateur teams out there right now. And we plan on moving them into a team house with me. We're all planning on moving down to Dallas, Texas, buying a team house, and basically living down in Dallas and going to the events. That's how we plan on doing this. But they're amazing guys. We had a lot.
Check out ESL while I was in Dallas last week.
What do you mean?
Did you get to go to the event?
No, I did not get to go to the event. Unfortunately, I live in New York, so it's quite a distance. So, I'm from Long Island. It's quite hard for me to travel. But this team, this COD youth team's been a struggle. We've had a bunch of roster changes, which unfortunately is what happens with COD teams. But other than that, this team has really been through a lot, and I give him credit for actually sticking through it. Sevens, my captain, he's probably one of my best captains in the org, and he really shows off the org. He does have a problem with anger sometimes. Like when someone obviously calls someone out on the team and tries to make fun of one of his players, he will defend his players to where it's about to get into a physical fight, which is funny, to be honest, because that's what I actually want at the same time. Is I want someone that can actually defend his players and keep his players defended. And he does an amazing job finding players, and every time we have something wrong, he comes to me straight away. Big John, on the other hand, is the opposite. John is like the humblest guy you'll ever meet. He's calm, subtle. He doesn't do anything wrong. He's a redneck. He loves fishing and hunting, which is weird how he's a gamer, to be honest, but he's an amazing gamer too. He's from South Carolina. He's amazing. And
that's a good balance to have. Like, you have your leader, but you have someone else who's
you have also that's a combatant to him, just in case he freaks out. You have someone that can take it over. And then Hunter is another one. Hunter, unfortunately, had to leave at the beginning because we had a problem with this one player named Will, and Will was basically a jerk about it. Hunter has a father that's in the military, and his father got deployed again. So we wanted to hang out with his father for a week, so he asked for a week off. And unfortunately, what happened was he didn't get it, and Will basically freaked out. So he just left, basically. He's like, I'm not going to have a player that's going to call me out and be mean to me because my dad's getting deployed. So that happened, and then eventually when I found out, we dropped Will, and we were done with him. Actually, no, Will technically left because I didn't bring him onto the MLG team. So, because we picked up this MLG team. And then we just recently picked up this new player called Thumpin', and he's amazing. I got to actually speak with him and meet with him last night, actually, for the first time. He's such a cool guy. I got to hang out with him. I was playing Overwatch. They were playing the con, unfortunately. But, it's really nice how I got to meet all of them. I like how I get to actually talk to every single one of my players.
That's good.
I have so many players. We have almost 40 players, and it's kind of hard. And plus, we also have our streamers and our YouTubers. We have Cool Mark. Who's a big idol actually in the Critical Ops community. If you know who Cool Mark is, he's a YouTuber. He's a Critical Ops YouTuber that has 12,000 subs right now. I don't know if you personally know Cool Mark. But Cool Mark is probably one of the coolest people I've actually worked with when it comes to YouTubing, because he's so sweet, he's nice, he's caring, he actually cares about the org. And then we also have Bleasley, who's also another one. Bleasley's actually more known in the Asian side of Critical Ops because he is from Asia himself. He's from South Korea, but he's another YouTuber that we have who just hit 10,000 on YouTube, and he's really known in the Critical Ops community. He's also known in CSGO community. So it's amazing having these two guys working with us for, the Critical Ops side. And then we have our Critical Ops team who's,
All right, let's talk about your Critical Ops team. Actually, let's just talk about Critical Ops history here. Because
our whole team. All right. Yeah, well, this is going to be a big. This is going to be a long one because our Critical Ops team is pretty big. Well, it first started off with Joyrider from D2R. Joyrider was originally a Team Eminent member. He came to me in my Discord. He joined the Discord and came to me and said, "Hey, have you ever ever thought about picking up a Critical Ops team?" And I'm like, what the hell is Critical Ops? I had no clue what Critical Ops was. I'd never even considered mobile gaming ever as an esports because I don't like mobile gaming. I'll personally tell you right now, I don't like mobile gaming just because of the community itself. I don't like the community. The community is toxic. This is probably one of the worst communities I've ever worked with when it comes to toxicity. But at the same time, I love how much the community, at the same time, might be toxic, but at the same time, they all back the game up so well. I've never seen a community back a game up like this. And for a mobile game, it's pretty surprising for me because I've seen mobile games
in alpha, so it's not even completely released yet.
Yeah, I know, and the game's not even fully finished. And I love how this game, how people are supporting the mobile game because most mobile games don't even, get past the first year and they die out unless you're Clash of Clans or Clash Royale. And I've seen all these hyped up games like CS:GO come up and die. CSGO, Critical Ops on the other hand is something new I've never even seen. I looked into it and I saw how long they were around for, so I'm like, all right, fine, I'll give it a shot, why not? I'm like, you know what? If my managers told me it's a bad idea, it's just gonna die. It's not gonna gain. I'm like, how could you say that? He's like, because it's not gonna gain. I'm like, well, it's not gonna gain anything unless we, unless we do something about it. So we joined in to Critical Ops with Joyrider, and he got us a team, and we started, basically going around and recruiting players. One of the things was DOM, D-O-M, I don't know if you know who they are. Basically, I worked with Ocean, Orange Juice, Blue, a couple of guys from DOM, basically the main people from DOM. It wasn't really the best thing because I didn't like DOM that much. I didn't like the leadership in DOM. And eventually, I got over the fact that, it's time to grow up about it. Let's just get over the fact. And then DOM merged with us. That only lasted a little bit because some personal issues, but to be honest, I still, I miss some of the guys. They're really cool. Blue was really cool. All of them are really cool guys. I'm happy that, DOM is now finally starting back up after they left us. So then basically we were out of a team for a couple, really only a couple days. And then Joyrider got the team that we have now, basically, and that is Shadow, Ashen, Igor, and a few other guys. I'm not going to name every single one of them because Napkins. I'll name every single one of them. Basically, what we have on the team is Ashen as the leader right now, since Joyrider did leave for D2R. We have Ashen's as the leader and Igor as the second in command with Divine. Shadow, and then we have Reed, Audacity, Ali, Top, and Vertex. They all do an amazing job. They've been placing up really high. Right now, we've been keeping record of our scrim record now. I told them to keep record for me. And right now, we are 8-0 since we started the scrim record 3 days ago. We started the scrim record. So it's 8-0 now. And they keep going, which is amazing, to be honest. I can't believe they actually have that. And to see how we placed at, at a professional level in ESL is amazing. We placed top 15 in the first one that we did 2 weeks ago, and then we placed top 10. We actually placed 9th this past weekend.
Now, the important thing about ESL is right now it's just for points, correct? So you just want to be in that top 8,
yeah, and that's what we're striving for. We should have been in top. We could have been in top 8, but unfortunately we lost to D2R. There was a big thing about D2R. I'm really just ignoring it now. I'm kind of getting tired of it, hearing about it. The whole thing with D2R was kind of just, miscommunication, misunderstanding. A few things here and there, but you know what? I'm over it. I'm not going to go into it anymore. I just want it to be over with. It's new weekend. There's a new weekend this weekend for ESL. Let's just get into it.
So I mean, and that's the thing is people forget that there's another weekend, and
people always freak out like, oh well, it's oh my god, it's a tournament, we need to win it, and it's not the point. Look, if you place top 10, it looks good. If you place that top 10, it looks good. Top 12 even looks good because there's so many critical ops teams.
50 plus, and that's in each like Europe and North America that sign up each week.
Yeah, and the thing is, I told my players, they were like, "We want to get top 8." I'm like, "Then go for it. Get top 8. Do it. You're not gonna get top 8 just talking about it. You're gonna actually need to work hard and get top 8."
Yeah, you have to put in the work.
So, like, yeah, and I told them that. I'm like, "You're not gonna get top 8 unless you put in the work." Have you guys been putting in the work? Yes, you guys went from top 15 to top 10. All right, that's in 2 weeks. Look, that's amazing. And, yeah, exactly. Especially when you're going up against teams like Gangstars and
Imperial, Lucidity. Like the North America to me is very stacked in the COPS division.
Exactly, and I've never seen actually, and that's the difference between critical ops and other games. Like when you go to CS:GO, CS:GO is EU stacked.
Yeah, heavily EU
dominates CS:GO. While critical ops is like the opposite. Like they basically are the same game, just one's on mobile, one's on PC, but they have different sides. Like one's on mobile, one's on PC. One dominates in the EU and one dominates in the NA. It's pretty amazing how it works. And
which is odd because the game's being developed in Europe.
Exactly, yeah. And CS:GO has been around for 5+ years. It released in 2010,
and then
somewhere around there.
Original CS was released in like '98.
Yeah, and CS:GO has been out for 5+ years, and they are, so they're still developed, and to see a huge community, in a mobile game that's not even out yet, technically, fully out yet, is amazing. I actually did host a tournament once, and I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to talk about it. Bad history, unfortunately. It's another subject if it ever pops up. But I used to host tournaments, and when I hosted the tournaments, it was pretty amazing how I saw teams, compete. EU versus United States, EU players and United States players getting toxic to each other. It was quite funny, to be honest. It was entertainment to me. But yeah, it's pretty amazing how my CS:GO team has worked so far. And to be honest, I've actually gotten my sponsors and my partners to actually start liking it. They didn't like the idea either of the critical ops team. To be honest, they didn't like the whole idea of making a mobile division for Eminent, for Team Eminent, and it's pretty amazing.
I think mobile esports is
it's underviewed.
It's the next big thing, in my opinion, in esports.
I don't think it would ever. To be honest, I don't think it's going to reach that point where it's going to be the next big thing. I think the mobile gaming esports side definitely has a long way to go, but it will. To be honest, I do think it's going to get up to where the point of it's going to be known, and orgs and sponsors are actually going to start caring. My sponsors are already starting to care a lot more. Gamdias was told. I'll give you a few examples. Gamdias kind of found out about it, and they weren't really too keen on it. Some other ones where it was like Techni, Energy Bears. They weren't all too keen on the mobile gaming because it's mobile gaming. No one really watches it. But after I showed them how big the community is and how big it is, people started to get actually really excited about it. So I got my sponsors to start actually looking into it, and now they're actually starting to love the team, and they see top 10 placements, and they're just like, oh my god,
that's great.
This is something amazing. And actually, that brings me up to the sponsors and partners. Our sponsors are amazing. All of our partners and sponsors are amazing. We just recently got partnered with EGL. If you guys don't know who EGL is,
huge deal.
Yeah, if you guys don't know who EGL is actually a big apparel company. They sponsor Team Caliber, Dare, I believe it's Rise Nation, Red Reserve, Era, Most Wanted, and Panda Global. If you guys, or Panda Gaming, sorry. So to be with those big guys now, and have our own store being set up, and getting all this, it's amazing. And actually, we just got our code for the book bag so we can start making money, and we already have a lot of orders put in with our code, so we're getting a lot of money now from it, which is amazing because it helps with the org.
Absolutely. And anytime that comes back into your org, it's great because you can put it back in, literally put it back into your org.
Put it back in place. And we're people are like, oh, well, are you a profit org? We take a cut, but it always goes back to the players. We don't actually. I make no money out of this. I actually lose money. I put my own money into this org. Same with my other co-owners. My one co-owner, Tribes, is living paycheck to paycheck now because he's helping. I mean, he wants to make this thing a big deal, and that's the same with me. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. But
you're also an entrepreneur, and that's the risk you take on
having
your team.
Yeah, that's the risk I'm taking. And to be honest, I live by code. Don't ever put yourself in a position where you feel like you're going to take from your players. That's a line from my favorite TV show, Band of Brothers, and it's Band of Brothers. If you guys don't know what it is, it's an HBO series, and the quote is actually from Second Lieutenant, Major Winters. He says to this one guy, "Don't ever put yourself in a position where you're going to take from these men," and that's basically what I live by now. It's like I don't want to take from my players ever in my life. I don't want to ever take from them. I mean, and I want to give back. And if I had millions of dollars, I would literally be buying everyone a PC or something that they would want. I mean, and I hope eventually Team Eminent is actually one of those big orgs where we actually do make thousands upon thousands to do that. Right now, we're still Division 2 underneath the pros, and we're slowly pushing our way up.
People don't understand what it takes to really run an organization.
Yeah, this is an actual stressful.
It's very, very stressful.
It's very stressful. To be honest, I've had multiple times where I've thought about selling the org, and I just couldn't do it to my family. I mean, this is my family, and if people stab my family, I'm gonna come after you with a bigger knife. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. People don't understand that. It's just business. Not really. It's more like a family now to me. Like I have trouble dropping people sometimes. Like I've dropped a few players before, and I've actually gotten upset to the point where I'm like, dude, maybe we should just give them a second chance. When reality is, we shouldn't give them a second chance, because I've had players
to separate the business from the family and friendship aspect.
I have to, and I do have to draw a line between friendship, family, and business. This is a business technically. I am an owner of a business right now, and I unfortunately have to make a decision. Do I want this player to bring my team down, even though we love him and everything, or she, or do I get rid of them so my org and my players can profit? And unfortunately, I always have to pick, profit over love. Unfortunately, we're always going to be a family, and to be honest, it's gonna be a lot harder when you guys build a friendship. So
yeah, it is. I mean, because I think we had talked in the past, and you talk about you guys do a lot of things together as a family. Besides just gaming, right?
Yeah, we actually do a lot more. EGL actually is making us pay $800 so we can get these special hoodies made. They're called Black Private Label, and unfortunately right now we don't have the money, as we're sponsoring an org for Anaheim. We're spending a lot of money on jerseys and everything. We have an MLG team going to Anaheim and participating at Anaheim, so we had to pay for jerseys. So that kind of hurt us a little bit, and so basically what happened was we all came together and we've raised over $800 to get these hoodies done. Wow. So, which is amazing because, at the same time, an org's supposed to fund everything. But at the same time, it's a family, and families struggle together. And to be honest, I think every single one of my players understand that, except for a few. Maybe there's a few out, there are a few that are a little greedy, but at the same time, at the end of the day, they all pitch in, and they all... we all struggle as a family, and to be honest, that struggle is getting smaller and smaller, and it's getting less and less.
That's
like we probably struggle at least once a month.
For you each day, then too.
Yeah, and we do a lot more than just gaming now. We actually do a lot more game nights now. We've been doing game nights together where we record and we bring them out. We record something. It's been mostly Cards Against Humanity because it's probably the funniest thing we've ever done. There's been a lot of bad parts where we might actually have to beep out in the videos. Unfortunately, the last video that we just recorded, we lost the audio file, so we can't make the recording. But we're going to fix it, and we're going to find out what happened. So the next video, we're going to do Cards Against Humanity again, or Scribble, depending on which one we do, and then we're going to start releasing that. So that's a new thing. And we also do a lot more than just gaming, too, actually. We do a lot of live streaming now. We do YouTube, like I said, Cool Mark and Bleezy. But we also do a lot of editing too. We do a lot of CS:GO, and we do a lot of gaming edits.
Like frag movies.
Yeah, like frag movies. More of the edits though, where like you have special effects and everything, which is amazing. if you guys check out our YouTube channel, it's Team Eminent, and you'll see that. But other than that, if you guys have any other questions, you guys can ask.
Yeah, let's. I have a couple questions. From a business standpoint, like, what would you give? Like, what kind of advice would you give for other orgs trying?
Other orgs?
Other orgs trying, like, you said you're Division 2. What does it take to continually put in that day-to-day effort? And
just don't give up. Don't look. All right, this is I've noticed this a lot with orgs. I've noticed this a lot with amateur orgs that just start up. You know what I mean? Especially in Crow Clops, I see it. Unfortunately, I see a lot of clans. I see these things called clan. And unfortunately, I'm a big thing against clans because I used to be in a clan back when Black Ops 2 was a huge thing, you know, in competitive gameplay. And to be honest, clans are just a terrible thing because clans, don't call yourself a clan. Don't call yourself a clan because clans just basically is just a membership. It's technically a membership. So don't call yourself a clan. I hate the name clan so much because you know what? You're not a team then. You're not a team. Call yourself a team other than a clan. Call yourself a team, please. Stop calling yourself clans. Either call yourself a clan, or either call yourself a team, or call yourself an org. Because at the end of the day, it's nothing but a team and a family. You guys need to work together. And I see a lot of clans, quote unquote clans, getting disbanding. And the big problem is people just don't want to put in the commitment anymore.
Yeah, they don't. And they take an L and they're like, it's over.
Yeah, and that's not that. And you can't do that. To be honest, look, we lose all the time. Team Eminent isn't. We don't win. You think other teams win? No. Freakazoid. Let's put an example here. My one player, Rooney, he played against Freakazoid and his pro buddies. I think there's like 2 or 3 G2 members and one guy from Cloud9 playing with Freakazoid. Just live streaming, for fun, doing regular competitive gameplay. And my player Rooney was playing on a Smurf account. He has a Smurf account. Everyone does. And basically, he was playing against him, and Rooney beat him. And I was watching. We have a recording of that, because we love it. But Freakazoid freaked out. They freaked out for a loss, and like pro players lose all the time. It's not like they win all the time because that would be impossible for everyone to win. Because then you'd see all the pro teams disbanding if they disbanded. You can't just take an L and disband. Like I tell my players all the time, all right, put this in the record book and let it go. You have the next one. And you just keep going. I don't care if you lose 3 games in a row. You'll eventually win one. You got to keep putting in the effort. Stop giving up. Put in more practice. Put in more time, and eventually you'll succeed.
Yeah.
It's like playing a really hard level. Don't put the difficulty lower. Keep playing on that difficulty because eventually you'll get the hang of it, and eventually you'll repeat it so much. You'll actually just start doing it. It's like breathing. It's breathing. It will become muscle memory, basically. And that's when it becomes that. Hold on.
Wow. I also like to ask you about, you said you're a big Call of Duty and CSGO, and you have a youth team. If you had to pick your best team or your favorite team in your org, because you have lots of teams, which team or division would it be?
It would be probably my CSGO team because I'm a big CSGO fan. And to be honest, don't get me wrong, I love every single one of my players. All my players I love personally. I try to hang out with them and try to talk to them every single day. Unfortunately, there's so many of them I can't get to them every single day. You know what I mean? That's why I have managers, and managers do it for me. But the thing is, I try my best to talk to everyone, and the team I love the most, probably, I can't, it's so hard. I don't want to pick one, to be honest. It's so hard. I love every single one of them so much. It's like an equal thing. I can't really pick one. But if I had to really pick, unfortunately, it'd be with my CSGO team probably by 1% more. You know what I mean? It's something that I just can't do because I love every single one of my players. So much. So it's like by a hair, basically. So it's hard.
So do you see yourself and your team moving up to the pro level within the next year then?
Yeah, I see it. I really do see it in the next year or so.
Now, how
to
does
be
that
honest.
actually work? Do you guys just make that jump, or do you have to be invited to play at that?
It depends. It really depends. Either we make that jump or we get invited no matter what. To be honest, just getting amazing sponsors like we've been doing now is a big jump for us. Like getting EGL, we're actually talking to Money Matches. If you guys know who Money Matches is, they're a huge thing now. It's like it's like fantasy football but for esports. That's what Money Matches is. And I'm so grateful to have Energy Bears, the owner of Energy Bears. I mean, actually being a staff member for Money Matches and getting me in touch with the owner of Money Matches, and they're going to be helping us out in the future. They're not going to sponsor us, but they're going to be helping us out, which is amazing.
But
just to have the help
could open up other
from
doors as well too.
Yeah, and and that can open up more opportunities. Just to have, just to have a company like Money Matches helping us out is a huge relief off my back, off my manager's back, and off my players' back. I mean, it's just amazing how we have someone to back us up. And this opens up more opportunity to us. This opens up opportunities to sponsors like Control Freak, G Fuel, my buddies at Striatum. Striatum is an editing group. They used to be a esports org that we used to compete against all the time. Because of competing against them, I actually grew a love for their edits. And I talked to I actually talked to this guy named Greg. He's from Striatum. He's the owner of Striatum, and I actually made it so that almost all my editors are actually working with him now too. So we basically we were intertwined just through our editors, and that's the amazing thing about it. And they're sponsored by G Fuel, so I mean, they can help us out too. So I mean, we can always get these big orgs these big companies from helping us out from like Money Matches and other people.
So do all your sponsors, do they go for each team, or do they only have sponsorships on specific teams in your org?
They go for everyone. It's just an org sponsorship, basically. They sponsor the org, and then they sponsor everyone. And to be honest, that's a hard thing to do because I have had companies come to us and say, hey, we only want to sponsor the CSGO team. And unfortunately, I'm like, well, it's pretty simple. It's like class, buddy. It's like a school. If you don't have enough for everyone, don't share it at all. So I sometimes deny them. I've had companies come to me. I've had small companies come to me and say, "Hey, can we sponsor this team?" And I say, "No, you got to sponsor the whole org, or you're gone." And I'm lucky to have partners and sponsors like EGL, like GamDios, and like Insane Labs actually sponsor us. And actually show love to everyone in the org. It's just an amazing thing. It's just an amazing thing to see.
So you guys are basically probably one of the biggest orgs in the COPS community, then. To be
other than Gangstars.
Yeah, besides GS is the only.
We're probably behind GS.
Yeah.
We probably are the second biggest.
Wow.
Other than Phoenix, probably. Phoenix is probably known more than us in the community, but we're getting there. We're hoping to become more known.
Actually, you probably are more known than Phoenix, because Team Phoenix is not around anymore.
Yeah, I did hear about that. I heard that their Critical Ops team is now gone.
Their Critical Ops
team. They just disbanded. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but the Wrangler team's still kicking ass. I heard.
Yep. So, I mean, that's really much all I have. Did you want to talk to Miko at all?
Sure. I like to hear what Miko has to ask.
Okay. Miko, do you want to chime in? I'll give you 10 seconds to chime in.
I think he's muted, by the way, actually. I think he's deafened.
He is.
Hold on, I'll add him real quickly.
Well, he missed his opportunity. That's how I'm going to look at it.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's just give him a minute. He might be AFK real quickly.
Yeah, okay. But I definitely appreciate
come back and be like, motherfucker.
I know. I definitely appreciate you coming on the show and doing the interview. It's
no problem, dude.
Great knowledge.
Happy to have me on. I'm hoping to come back on eventually.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, we try, like, Critical Points is meant for the esports world. It's meant for the COPS community and other games as well. I mean, people get mad at me because I'm like, why would you have a GG? And I'm like, GG for us is the Gamer Girl of the Week. And I think it's a smart thing to do because it adds a female presence to our stuff for marketing.
And that's another thing I should get on. I actually love the female league. If you guys don't know what the female league is, the female league is probably one of the best leagues I've ever seen. And to be honest with you, Team Eminent is trying the best right now to find a team of females because, to be honest, I hate how I don't see as many females in esports as there should be. So I'm trying my best right now, and my managers are trying their best right now to actually find a females-only team, and we'd like to make a female, females-only CS:GO team or a females-only COD team.
There's definitely a lot of streamers. I know there's a lot of streamers, but I don't know as far as professional players there is.
Yeah, I've noticed that there's a lot more streamers, of course, because it's easy to do. That's actually a lie. I've streamed myself, and it's not easy at all because you are technically live and you can't edit. And to be honest, I give a lot more props to people like my streamers than I do to like Coolmark. Coolmark, I love Coolmark, but to be honest, Brother Dig, Torilla, all my streamers, these are just some I'm listing off, they are way better at doing their thing than what like someone like Coolmark does.
And some of these streamers literally stream every day. Every day.
And that's the best thing about our thing is I'm so grateful to know people from that work with Twitch to actually get me. They actually got me a stream team for them. I know a bunch of. I have two best friends that actually work at Twitch, and they are actually developers for Twitch, and they got me a stream team for my streamers. And every single day, I look at that list, and there's probably 2 or 3 of them streaming at least all the time. There's always someone streaming on that team, and that's like the best thing that I love to see. While like other people like Coolmark, like streaming is a lot more harder than recording and then editing. Coolmark, I love Coolmark. His content's amazing, to be honest, especially for critical ops and CS:GO only. But Coolmark has it a little easier than someone like one of my streamers, like Brother Dig, or like Love 'Em All, or Hey Nicole. They all have it tougher, where they have to deal with someone in their channel. Trolling, or they have to deal with making sure people are happy live, or not messing up live.
Such a massive fan base. They literally try and have to please everyone on the fly.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing to do.
I agree.
So,
well, I don't think Miko's back. We can have you come on the show again anytime you want, man. I really appreciate it. If you ever have any things you just want to talk about esports and stuff, just let me know. We do a lot of we're starting to do live streaming events too, mainly for
podcasts.
Mainly for.
You can totally bring me on for a podcast. I'll also come on a podcast for you guys if you guys want to.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I like podcasts more than recordings.
I like it too because you just never know what's going to be said.
Yeah.
Too. So, but I appreciate it. You want to shout out your sponsors, your YouTube, your social media handles?
Yeah, sure. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Frosty from Team Eminent. Go check out our sponsors. Go check out EGL. We'll be opening up a store soon. Check out Game Dios for amazing headsets. Check out Techni Chairs for amazing chairs, Spectre for amazing glasses. And Insane Lounge, guys. Go check us out on Twitter at EminentGG. You can't miss us. We're the only one critical ops team with the line. That's that sexy. And also go check out our YouTube at Team Eminent. And I'm forward looking back at this when it's done being recorded and coming on for a podcast.
Definitely. Shout out to our affiliates and sponsors, Razer US, 4Gamers by Gamers, and Catalyst Mints. Once again, I'm Legacy, and that was Frosty, owner of Team Eminent. Peace out, guys.